Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battle Line video, and today I am talking about Kiryu. Now, why am I talking about Kiryu? Well, I've had him for a while. I know a lot of my viewers have had him for a while, but the general public and most of you guys who didn't buy the battle pass just got your first piece of Kiryu for free today. So I wanted to give you guys, on the first day that he's available for you, at least a surface level review of Kiryu. Obviously, we have really in-depth breakdowns on this channel of units, and we do tier lists and stuff, but I wanted to just kind of give my own thoughts and opinions on Kiryu. I have some footage I would like to share with you if you haven't seen it already, and overall, I just wanted to talk about him. So, let's go to our decks. I want to say out the gate, I really like Kiryu. I think that he has a lot more utility as a leader, than a unit. Demonstrated in this video right down there with the Absolute Zero Cannon. They took two of the biggest tanks in the game, Kong and G89, and he just absolutely decimates them in that video, which is, I mean, pretty fine and dandy and true to form on what he does. Let me show you a better example. Pulling up one of my stream videos, right? Take a look. Leader comes into range, use your Absolute Zero Cannon on the leader, and they're done. That's pretty much, you know, the gist of Kiryu. That's one of the reasons that I personally really enjoy Kiryu, is that as soon as he inches forward, as soon as the enemy leader comes forward in any capacity, you can basically take their health down to zero. I thought that is actually something pretty overpowered in my opinion, at least. I think that Kiryu on his own as a leader, his attack speed's not very impressive, his damage isn't very impressive, and his health at level 3, which is what mine is around the same as like a bunch of other lower leveled leaders. Like all the leader 4 stars between like 1 and 10 have like around 5,000 to 6,000 health, and Kiryu's pretty middle of the ground. It's not anything like too terrible, but it's not anything like I'm over the moon about, and his damage speed, it's whatever. He has long range, he does AoE splash, it's fine. I'm more interested in the Absolute Zero Cannon. Now, the Absolute Zero Cannon costs 8 energy, and it's going to take you, what is that, 3 minutes to recharge it back? So realistically, you're going to be using it once per match, right? There's no way you're getting it a second time. Once you use it, it's going to take 3 minutes to clear up. There's not 6 minutes in a match. It's only 5. So you're only going to get one shot at that Absolute Zero Cannon. I mean, if you're in a pinch, you could use it on some units. I wouldn't recommend that personally. I would save it for a leader. But then in that case, you are going to be needing a stall deck, right? A unit that's going to keep your Kiryu alive until that 3-minute mark is up and you guys start inching forwards. Because, you know, you're probably having a level 1 Kiryu right now, right? This video is geared towards a lot of you level 1 Kiryu users. You just got him today. Yours is probably going to be, I mean, not probably, but definitely is the lowest possible health Kiryu could be. So you're going to need some kind of deck that's going to keep your units alive, and it's going to make sure that you can get your Kiryu to the other side of the map. The deck on screen right now is not a Kiryu stall deck. I'm going to say that. This is my Biollante deck. I just swapped in Kiryu as a leader just so I can put him on my home screen for you guys. But aside from him being a leader, I honestly prefer Biollante. I prefer Kiryu. I prefer him as a leader. I think he's overpowered. But I think as a unit, there is some utilities. I'm using him right now on the field to do my challenges. I still have to get his sticker because I haven't really been running too many battles. But I wanted to give you an example on the screen of a battle that I had recently, actually today, before I even recorded this, of Kiryu's gameplay as a unit. I think it's about maybe 2 or 3 minutes of footage, so I'm just going to try and talk over it and break it down. So at this point right now, my Biollante is a level 7, so I'm just trying to survive in this fight so I can try and get Kiryu out and place him in a decent enough spot. Overall, Kiryu has a very interesting usage as a unit. A lot of people are saying that he's a better Mogera, but I think that misses a lot of what Kiryu can do. The comparison between Mechagodzilla, or I guess Kiryu, and Mogera is, I mean, is accurate to some degree, because they're the only two, like, character units that you can place anywhere on the field. Obviously, you can place the freezing, Sunday, or the missiles, or the trains anywhere on the field, but Mogera and Kiryu are the only ones that will show up and, you know, be actually, like, playable, viable characters on the battlefield. And additionally, I think a lot of people forget about this, both do damage before they show up. So Mogera, when you place him where he's going to go, he does 1 hit of damage when you pick the location. That location is going to get a little bit of damage, and then when he digs, he'll damage everyone underneath him. Kiryu, when you drop Kiryu, will drop a missile strike down, and then he will land. And so both of them do on I guess, spawn damage. So you could see on my screen right there, I have a level 3 Kiryu in this battle. He goes down instantly to G89, but he protected my Godzilla Ultima. That's not the way that I personally like to run Kiryu. I like to run Kiryu more of a supporter, especially in my Biollante deck, because you can give a 20% boost to ranged. Kiryu is ranged. My recommendation would be, if you are wanting to use Kiryu in your deck normally, I would suggest putting him behind a tank. It's going to be really expensive, but I think G89 is probably the best tank you could throw him behind, because he's going to keep Kiryu alive, and Kiryu's missiles will wrap around G89. But there's the end of the battle. And yes, I did do the forbidden technique of dropping Kiryu on the enemy leader, but I think near the end of a match, that actually could be something useful, you know? That actually could be something helpful. At the end of the match, if you're just trying to take out the last bit of health, dropping Kiryu down on the enemy will not only hit them for health, but it can distract some of the units around there, right? Some units will turn and lock on to Kiryu because now he's in their range. He's not too far out. Kiryu as a unit has his uses, is very situational. Kiryu is very weak as a unit, so I really recommend, if you're planning on using Kiryu on the field, pair him with a tank or Manila or something that's going to slow down the enemies from reaching him, because once they reach Kiryu, he's going to go down. He's really similar in gameplay, at least in that regard, to Godzilla 21, right? It's a unit that you're going to want to protect, because once you protect them, they can start throwing out a ton of damage. Additionally, I think it's safe to mention that Kiryu has like a 2.7 attack speed, and you know who loves that? Manila. Manila can stun Kiryu's. I haven't seen it actually be done, but I've heard that people have gotten it done to them, and his attack speed lines up with that. Manila can basically stun any unit with a 2.6 or higher attack speed, like G89 and Desghidorah. But that's just my thoughts on Kiryu as a unit. Overall, as a leader, I think he's a very great leader. I think that he has a lot of utility with the Absolute Zero, whether you want to use it on your enemy leader, or if there's a really big push, you can use Absolute Zero on a bunch of enemies and have like Hedorah or Ghidorah mop them up. Or if you want to use him on the field, pair him with a tank. Either way you throw it, Kiryu's going to be really expensive for your deck. He's a 6 cost, and his Absolute Zero is 8, and if you want to pair him with like strong tanks and strong units, you're only going to have 4 extra energy, so you're going to, you know, need some more. You're going to need a ton of energy. For G89, it's 7 energy. For Kiryu, it's 6, so that's quite a lot. I would recommend maybe throwing on Energy Collector if you're running Kiryu, regardless of if he's a leader or a unit, but that's just my personal thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Congratulations to everyone who got Kiryu. Are you guys liking him today? Are you not liking him or using him as a leader? Are you, grinding out those challenges? Let me know. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.